Okay, this next one, this episode, should be a short one because, as you can see, there's only 6 things here. Servalsis, Megaloceros, let me just give them their nicknames. Circle, Uki, Elk, Megaloceros, Megalogaia, and Rudolph. I was tempted to add the Nowhere King to this because I love Centaur World, but I thought, nah, let's just go with Irish Elk. I actually looked up, let's just begin. Welcome to JWA Fixes. We're doing the deer because reindeer, Christmas, ho ho ho, it's December. Now then, the deer was kind of tricky because it's like, they're weak. They have pathetic attack and they have pathetic health. And then it's like, I don't want to change that because it's like, those are deers in a nutshell. They're not that great in the wild, especially Megaloceros, because it's like its own antlers can be its own weakness. It's like, ugh. But anyway, I decided, nah, let's give them a little bit of a rework. I did have to what was my question? I mean, I actually had to look up extinct species of deer or prehistoric deer, and one of the options was Irish elk. So one of you guys in the comments who are more educated in this area can tell me if this is like an appropriate creature for the game or not. Maybe there are better options out there, but again, I do not know. In the meantime, here's the Irish elk. Very lackluster stats except for speed and like very minimalistic armor. Shielded decelerating strike, shielded decelerating impact. So this is basically just shielded decelerator. And for some reason they do never mind, because it took me a while to realize that this move is just this move but an impact. So that's honestly really cool because this is a really powerful move, and I'm really glad they make it into an impact version, and it's a very small cooldown. Can't wait for shielded decelerating rampage. That's gonna be cool. Swap in heal, accelerate on escape. I decided the deer's goal would be speed control. Their goal is to slow down their enemies and speed themselves up, as well as heal whenever, like, get out of there and heal. So I gave them a ton of resistances as well, and they're not immune to stun, so keep that in mind, but they cannot be distracted, or bled, or decelerated, or vulnerable, or swap preventated. Swap preventation, ooh. Now, immune to bleed because this health is pathetic. Immune to distractions because, well, Servalsis is immune to distractions. I'm like, okay, sure, let's go with that. And there aren't enough creatures that are immune to distractions, if you ask me. Immune to deceleration because, again, speed control. Swap preventation, so that swap in heal can kick in, but I might change that in the future in case that becomes too OP. And then vulnerable because resilient. Now we move on to Megaloceros, which is the first deer ever added to the game, and one of the most popular ones. I didn't change any of your abilities, or your stats even. I kept those the same. All I did was give you accelerate on escape, bleed resistance, damage reduction resistance, and everything else stayed the same. Not even a full damage immunity, which doesn't make sense since you have no damage cleansing abilities. What I do for Megaloceros? We'll get to you later. Servalsis, another dinosaur, a deer that is like, I'm pretty sure they added you just because it's the Christmas time and they wanted to add like a wintry reindeer-like creature to the game. And that's why you exist. I've used you in battle. You're not really good. I'm not gonna lie. I think if you just had nothing but shield abilities, I'd use you a lot more. And then maybe an accelerate on escape. I think that would help you because your main issue is that once someone gets you, it's easy to bring your health down. And then even though I have the speed advantage, someone can just swap into Nazutoceratops and kill you, which is a problem. And then we just have the resistances, which I think are all the same. All I did was give you bleed resistance. That's literally all I did for you. Now, if only Ludio would not make you an event exclusive so people can have easy access to you and actually be able to obtain Arctovalsalis, which they say it's a new creature we've added to the game, when really it's not really because no one has the ability to obtain it yet. How annoying is it that only one of the new like that update introduced campaign, new creatures, and then new tournaments, and yet the only thing we actually had access to in this update was basically Bumpy Moloch and the campaign. Everything else is like not here yet, except for the deer. That's literally it. But enough of me whinging. Megaloceros, same principle. I did not change any of your abilities. And for some reason, I gave you distraction resistance despite the fact that you have immunity. You have the ability to cleanse. So that's a mistake on my part, I guess. I could fix that. But I guess I'll fix that in the future. Not now, though. Accelerate on escape, bleed resistance, distraction resistance. Yeah, that's everything. Megaloceros, everybody. Maybe I gave you distraction resistance immunity because you have deceleration resistance instead of immunity. Okay, maybe that's it. Wow, 6 minutes, and we're already almost finished. Megalogaia. What are you? Basically, I buffed Miragaia in the last episode, and I buffed Megaloceros. So this is like a double buffed creature. First of all, I boosted your damage by a heck amount. Gave you a teeny bit of armor, I guess. Like, that's a pathetic amount of armor anyway. Shield Accelerating Strike is the same. I think all I did was give you... I replaced Bellow with Lesser Emergency Heal, and I gave you Swap in Heal, Accelerate on Escape, and then I gave you the resistances based on your friends. Yeah, and I made you Deceleration Immunity instead of... because that was what was great about Megalogaia in the past, and I'm really sad that they just butchered it, and then they never bothered to make it better again. They gave love to Dimodactylus, which I'm happy for Dimodactylus, but still. Hashtag buff the Megalogaia. Doesn't need to be, like, broken, but just make it better. Kevin's on the move. And now we have our only Apex. By the way, Testa Carnivus, I'm not touching that. That's a unique, and it's a strong unique, which means Ludia's bound to change it eventually. And they've already made changes to it already. And I think for now, it's pretty tame. As long as you have a Mortem Rex or a Thorador, you can kill it. Rudolph now, on the other hand. What did I do for you? Basically, I don't need to give you a description or a drawing because everyone knows what Rudolph is. This is a joke character for me. It's not taken seriously. I just think it would be funny if we just imagine that. You play the game, and all of a sudden, you have all these massive creatures. Out of nowhere, a tiny little reindeer comes out and just roars like a moose. And it just has this red glowing nose. Speaking of red glowing nose, here's his unique ability. Target the fastest, remove speed increase, rend 33.4% of target's max HP, reduce speed by 50% for 1 turn. So that is literally it. It's just a rending speed control ability. And then you have Dig In, Shielded Decelerating Impact, Shielded Devastation, so all your other moves have shields. Maybe the Bright Red Nose should also have a shield as well. But for now, I also gave it Swap in Heal, Accelerate on Escape, damage over time, basically the same resistance as everyone else, except just tampered a little bit. Like Swap Preventation is like not immune, so that people can pin it down. And you're not fully immune to Vulnerable either. And that is honestly it. That is literally all I did for the reindeer. I mean, the deer. Because there's really not much to them. The only reason these guys exist is to make hybrids for other things, like just taking all people want to do with these guys is take their antlers and slap them on another creature. Like, can you imagine a Tyrannosaurus elk? Apparently I can, because I literally just said that sentence and thought, hey, I'm gonna do that. And this came into being. Did I do a drawing of it? I don't even know. If I did, here it is. I'm slapping it up right now. It's literally just a T-Rex with antlers. That is pretty much, unfortunately, that is the sole purpose of the deer, to just do that. Anyway, guys, I think that's it. That's all I can do. I know this one's a little shorter, but I guess that means, hey, that means Discord ideas come sooner. And that means, with the process I'm recording it, I haven't even recorded episode 5 yet, which means I have to record episode 5 and episode 10 back to back. Oh boy, I'm gonna have a busy Saturday. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye! Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but duh, Synthetoceros. Why? Because that's one of my favorites from Jurassic Park Builders, so duh, why didn't I think of that guy? Anyway, here are his moves. Nothing too special, just like, your average what I did with the deers. Except he has a little more HP and a little, more HP compared to his speed. And then I also gave him the hybrid from Jurassic World, the game, Smith. Where, basically, I just combined the two. Both of them not too great. I might have to do cats one day. Gotta keep that in mind. Shielded Sidestep, Precise Pounce, Superiority Rampage, Dig In, Swap In, Heal, Accelerate on Escape, and a bunch of resistances. The only thing it's immune to is Swap Preventation. This thing can be stunned, keep that in mind. And now for real, episode over. Bye.